Yeah, that's when I realized that when I was playing Mario Odyssey, Mario in fact had nipples, but he still was lacking genitalia.
So does Mario have an asshole? That's the real question.
Well, I think Mario and Kim Jong-un fall under the same status, like hierarchy. Kim Jong-un doesn't shit because he can't. There's no asshole there. There's just skin. And I think Mario is the same way.
Well, Mario is also a 3D model. So is Kim Jong-un.
Yeah. So it is that time of year again.
Oh, yes. My favorite time of year. Finally.
Our favorite time of the year.
Really?
Yeah, I love fall and Halloween. It's the best time of the year, dude.
Thank you.
I feel like Christmas is really overrated because it's when all the sad people are going to be like, finally I can be happy for a month now. Whereas Halloween's like, dude, it's fucking scary. It's great,
Well,
dude.
Christmas is like nice and it's like haha, but it gets like it's too long and like people obsess about it too much that it just gets annoying. I think.
I feel like Christmas is cool.
And then you hear. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm just saying like
good.
you hear Christmas music for like 5 months out of the year, and it's like annoying.
People are so obsessed with Christmas that it literally goes from like it seeps into November now, whereas like Halloween is just like the month of October.
There's already Christmas stuff in stores.
I know.
It's in October.
I wanted to do a fucking Cracker Barrel the other day because I was door dashing. And first off, who the fuck door dashes Cracker Barrel? I feel like you go in there for the fucking scenery and like the atmosphere. Who gets to go Cracker Barrel? Anyways, my own volition aside, there was Christmas stuff everywhere.
That's fucking weird, man.
It was like obviously I'm not like actually angry, but I'm just like
That just kills the vibe.
it kills you because then when it's actually Christmas, it's just like,
I'm sick
we've
of
already
it.
been celebrating. Yeah, I'm fucking sick of it. Have you ever seen that episode of Fairly Odd Parents where Timmy's like, I wish every day could be Christmas, and every day's fucking Christmas, and it just sucks.
That's like an Elmo episode too.
Dude, I feel like there's so many fucking episodes of TV or like TV shows, like so many movies that are like, yeah, everyday Christmas. Just every repetition in general is like too much is a bad idea. Fucking Groundhog's Day.
Yeah.
Which I guess that isn't really the same concept, but it is the same day over and over again. So you get the idea.
Yeah, and that's why I like Halloween, because people don't scream about it too much, and it's beautiful.
And it's great. As soon as it's October 1st, it's no September, it's no November, it's October. And it is the whole month. Orange, black. It's fucking awesome.
Dude, skeletons, bats, Frankenstein,
Rats!
rats.
Monster Madness! Yeah, so Alex and I really like Halloween.
I love horror movies. Horror movies are my favorite. When I think about like the beauty of in history, like usually when I watch a movie, I don't give a shit. It's just like, okay, it's a movie. But like when I think of like the history of film, and I think of like, wow, like I want to watch this like old movie. This is so cool. Blah blah blah. It's always horror. Like horror is like that genre that I just love so much.
It's very cool because like I feel like modern horror movies, like, you know, you'll be scrolling on on Netflix and you'll literally scroll past like Demons and Angels or Martha's Apocalypse or like some dumb fucking shit, because Netflix has all those shitty horror movies, but like
There's some good ones.
there's some, but like now it's just like trying to get you to like I don't know, like I feel like modern horror is kind of, contemporary horror is kind of bad because it's like The Conjuring. I don't like The Conjuring. Like Insidious, I feel like Insidious is overrated. Paranormal Activity just, in my opinion,
feel like-
Paranormal Activity just sucks.
I feel like Insidious is a little overrated, but I still like the first one.
Yeah, there's a few really good ones that I like though. I really like thrillers. Like I love It Follows.
The one where it's like an STD.
Yes, I love It Follows. I really like Get Out. I really like Hereditary.
Oh, I watched Hereditary. It's pretty good.
Hereditary is fantastic. But like old like monster movies, those are the fucking best.
Okay, so out of all horror movies from all generations, what is your favorite?
What is my favorite?
What's your favorite horror movie? Or favorite 3 or 2?
Does it have to be a monster movie?
It can be any horror movie.
So I'll go from 3 to 1. So let's go with The Wolfman.
Like the original Wolfman?
And then 2 would be It Follows.
Okay.
1, just take a guess, Alex. I feel like I've said it to you a few times. Bates Motel.
Oh,
Psycho. Yeah.
Psycho.
I fucking love Psycho. Just the concept is like, yes.
Well, Psycho is really good.
Psycho is really good.
It was one of the first. Well, I mean, I guess it's not the first, but it was one of the first big one noticed by people about like. It wasn't like a monster killing people. It was like a person.
He is a monster. The monster's within himself.
Yeah.
And dude, when you spoiler alert for an old movie, and you find out at the end that Norma's fucking dead.
Yeah.
And literally just like, I literally shit myself. I was like, what the fuck? Because like, there's scenes where he's like, oh, I gotta attend to mother, and like he'll be carrying her up the stairs. And she's like, oh, Norman, put me down, please. And it's like 2 different people, but then. She's fucking. It's like, isn't it like the woman that's in the motel that like
the main character who dies in the first 10 minutes of the movie?
Not her.
That was a big deal back then.
Yeah, not the one that dies in the shower. Whomever, somebody discovers Norma and like turns the chair around. And,
yeah,
like,
where she's a skeleton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot, for being my favorite fucking thriller horror movie, you think I'd know, but it's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah.
But regardless, I love Psycho. I think it's great. How about you? What would you say your top 3 are?
I've seen so many horror movies.
I feel like your list would be longer than the one you just showed me.
Well, this is all just the ones I can remember within the past day. I really like Freaks from the 1930s.
Never seen that.
It's like they use real like circus freaks and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Nosferatu is pretty good.
You spelled Nosferatu wrong.
Whatever. Shut the fuck up.
You forgot the T. You forgot the T and the M in Nightmare. Night Air.
Dude, you know I can't type. Anyway.
I know.
I feel like a really good independent one is the first VHS movie.
Oh yeah. I forgot about VHS. The first time we watched that was at Big C's house.
Yeah, Big Chicken.
Bing C.
I watched Tourist Trap recently. It's like actually kind of good. It's like cheesy in like the good way.
What's Tourist Trap?
It's about like some guy who like kills people, then like puts mannequin wax over them so they look like mannequins.
What?
But it's like,
fuck?
but it's from like the 70s, so it's like cheesy. It's like, have you ever seen the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah.
It has that same vibe, but it's more. I would say it's actually like there's more going on in it than the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Really?
Yeah. I like the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I like the classics.
Interesting.
I really like Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
That's a good one.
It's so like bad good.
Do horror movies get you?
No, I'm never scared by them.
You know what? Okay.
But they're just really good stories. One that I saw recently that no one ever talks about I actually liked it, but it was called The Devil Doll, and it's like this old 30s or 40s one. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was like, it's not even really a horror movie, but it's just about this guy who like he figured out how to shrink people. So he's like getting back at the people who put him in prison.
Really?
By he shrinks down these little people, sells them as dolls to their daughters, and then they wake up in the middle of the night and stick them with stuff that puts them permanently paralyzed.
What the fuck?
It's actually cool.
Okay.
I never heard about that one. It was on TMC or TCM recently.
You said this is like from the 30s?
Yeah. I think like 40s, 30s. It's black and white.
So horror movies don't really get me. Thrillers get me on the sense that like I'm just like, oh shit, didn't see that coming. Or like they put me on not on edge, but like make me like, I'm just like, oh shit, like the edge of my seat. But what really gets me, creepypastas.
Creepypastas? I
really like creepypastas.
I used to.
Yeah.
No, I feel like they're all like cheesy and like written by like 13-year-old emo girls.
Because I went on the site today after a little while of not being on there, and it feels like it's a lot more streamlined than it used to be. And I'm like, this used to be literally just like a site with like a black backdrop and just text. And I was like, that was cool.
I remember there's some good ones I read when I was younger.
Yeah.
like the Candle Cove. Candle Cove was pretty good. At least I remember it being. I don't know. This was all back when I was in fucking middle school, man.
Yeah, and that fucking video that you saw that you told me about got removed.
Yeah. I saw this creepy... Okay, so it's not the one that you'll find if you look up Candle Cove video.
Yeah.
If you look up Candle Cove video, you'll find this hilarious video of just screaming puppets, and it's so stupid. But there was this one I saw that was actually creepy, and I can't seem to find it anywhere now. I saw it once, and it's gone now. You can find the beginning of it if you look up Candle Cove GIF, and it's like this like black face and like smiling.
It's like a little baby hen almost, and it's like in the corner of a room just smiling.
Yeah, but like I can't find the full video, but it creeped me out when I was younger. There's plenty to make fun of.
I like The Rake a lot.
The Rake?
Yeah. I don't like Slender Man. I don't like Jeff the Killer. There was this one. I remember when I was reading it. I was like in 8th grade, and I was sitting in my living room in my parents' house, home alone. I was reading it on my iPod Touch. Yeah.
Oh, the good old days.
Yeah, that Generation 4 iPod Touch, the first one that was white. That'll take you back. So I don't remember specifics. I just know that I believe there was it was from the perspective of some child that lived in this, house, this nice house, and there was like what I believe to be like a garden gnome or like some sort of like creature that he would like talk to, and it would like at one point convinced him to like come with him to like his little village or something, or like back in the garden or whatever, and I guess he just fucking killed him or something, but I don't know. I don't remember specifics about this creepypasta. I'd really like to find it, but with how little I remember of it, I'm guarantee I probably won't.
If you know about it, leave it in the comment section.
Yeah, for real. You'd help a brother out.
But honestly, I always thought the pictures were more scary than the actual story.
Yeah, because you'd click on like because let's admit, a lot of us are too lazy to actually read the whole fucking creepypasta. I'll admit, I am.
Yeah.
And you'll go on like a fucking like Mr. Creepypasta, and you'll fucking like see somebody reading it, and you'll see this thumbnail. You're like, oh, that's a creepy one. It must be a good one. But then you realize it's just that fucking still image the entire fucking time.
Yeah, and it's like the lamest fucking story. And I felt the same way about those scary stories to tell in the dark books. The stories were never that great. I mean, there were some good ones, but the pictures were like horrifying.
I agree. I remember reading those books. I was like in like study hall, and it was quiet because everybody was doing their own fucking thing, and I was like bored, so I just had like 30 minutes. So I would like read scary stories to tell in the dark at one point, because I bought it at a book fair. Book fairs, man.
Oh yeah,
Scholastic book fair. But anyways, so I was like read it, and then I would get scared, and I would like look up and notice everybody's around me. So I'm like, it was weird, man. I was like, funny. It's almost like I was in my own little world,
I used to do that too.
Yeah.
Do you have any spooky stories you can think of, like to tell the children?
I'm in debt.
Wow.
I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty fucking scary.
I mean, that's a little scary.
Yeah.
No, but like, do you have any like, I guess paranormal or just like scary, like anything scary that happened to you personally?
That's the thing is like, I don't get creeped out too much because like, I usually make sense of things. There's probably a lot when I was a kid, but I can tell you something weird that happened to me once. It's not along the same lines, but might as well. So, one time I was at summer camp, and we were inside for a little bit. And you know how when you're trying to just like play ping pong against yourself, you turn one half of the table up so the table's at a 90-degree angle?
Yeah.
So I was doing that, and then the net was kind of fucking like, it was like twirled up. So I like went, it was like tilted up already, the board was, or the table was. So I like went in, put it in the middle, and like started fucking with the net. And sure enough, the part that was standing up just like clamped down on my head. And this is like a heavy fucking ping pong table,
Ooh.
And I think a camp counselor saw it and like rushed in. But like to this day, like I didn't feel anything. I felt nothing when that happened. Like, I didn't feel any pain. And like, I've heard rumors are like, oh, when it's so intense, sometimes your brain, like, does this and that. For a fucking, like, 10, 12-year-old, I was like, what just happened?
That's weird.
I didn't feel a thing.
You didn't feel it touch your head?
I mean, I felt it, like, touch my head, but, like, I felt no sort of pain. It was just, like, it was as if, like, you just touched the back of my head with a ping pong paddle.
Huh.
It was weird.
But it slammed your head hard?
Yeah, very hard. It was literally just imagine, like, a ping pong table just slamming together. It was hard.
Huh.
Anything with you?
I mean, this is gonna sound kind of disappointing, but
Boo.
the only time, the only time anything weird that I couldn't, like, explain happened is with you. Me and you were walking in the woods late at night one time, and we climbed over a tree.
Wait. Oh my god, I remember this. That was fucking weird.
Yeah.
All right, go, tell your story,
Okay,
please.
so we followed this trail. It was the only trail through this woods. And there was a fallen tree that we had to, like, climb over.
And it was, like, big,
Yeah,
too.
it
Like,
was
you
a
couldn't
big
just, like,
one.
pick it up. It was, like, a big fucking tree.
Yeah, it was like a whole tree. So we climbed over it and kept going. And then after a while, we said, okay, let's turn around. And mind you, there was only one trail in this woods.
We were only there for, like, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's not like somebody came in and, like, cut it out or
So
moved.
as we were walking back, we just walked through the trail and didn't think anything of it. And after we went through the woods, it like clicked in my head, and I said, Jack, we didn't have to climb over a tree that time. That was weird. I mean, obviously it's not a ghost tree or anything, but
Yeah,
it's
but,
just
like,
where'd it go?
Yeah, like, it was a big tree, like, something that was fallen over. Like, the park was, or not the park, the trail was kind of, like, built around that tree because it was just, it had been there a while. I guarantee nobody just went in the 5 minutes we were gone and just took it out. And we came back to my house, or my parents' house, we were talking to my mom, we're like, Mom, like, this fucking tree, and she didn't believe us. She was just like, whatever, I'm sure there was, and we're just like, no, like, dude, I completely forgot. That was so, fuck that. That happened.
Yeah. I mean, it was just weird. Like, obviously it's not, like, scary or anything. You just wonder, like, where'd it go? Well, it always came as an idea to me, like, maybe there was a second trail, but it was the exact same way. I remember it.
Yeah, no, it was everything else was the exact same. It wasn't a different trail.
It was weird.
Go surreal. Yeah.
Remember, me and you were walking in this old mall that's almost abandoned, and
Yeah.
it was late at night. Apparently, we were in there when it was, like, about to close, and, like, the radio is usually on, and it turned off, and we were like, oh shit, I guess the mall's about to close. So we were walking out, and you know those little, like, ride,
Like the little animatronics.
yeah, that you put, like, a quarter in and it moves back and forth. So those were there as we were walking out.
Yeah.
And then the lights turned off. And as soon as the lights of the mall turned off, those little cart things went.
Fucking
Yeah, we fucking sprinted out of there. We were
Fucking-
like, fuck!
fucking ghost children. There are ghost children in that mall.
No, obviously we know the explanation, but it was still scary at the time. We were like, fuck!
Hey man. Ghost kids.
Ghost kids for real. But
Ouija boards are full of shit. Hot take.
oh, for real. I don't believe in them at all.
I feel like the people who do it literally move it. Like,
Oh, that's
like
all it
you have
is.
to feel it. I'm like, they just move it, and everybody else is like, woo! Like, dude, it's fucking.
I hate
fake.
those videos where, like, someone's like, are you here? And then the Ouija board starts going all over the place, and then it catches on fire, and everyone's like, oh!
It's
So
bullshit.
stupid.
Yeah, sorry to break your dreams, everyone. I know there's somebody probably listening like, that's not true, I talked to my grandma. But no, no.
Yeah, you just subconsciously pushed it. Sorry, kid.
Yeah.
But, so speaking of Halloween,
Yeah.
what was your best costume you ever did?
My best costume I ever did.
What was your coolest Halloween costume?
I think when we were the Blues Brothers, I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah, one year me and you went as the Blues Brothers. I was John Belushi, obviously, because I'm fat.
I wasn't. No, I think that was probably my favorite. Last year I went as a monk and I just threw some random shit together and it worked pretty fucking well. Like I just had a robe and a rope and like I bought a cross, but like that was the only thing I bought.
What was your worst Halloween costume?
1 year I was planning to go as Elmo, but I waited too long and I couldn't find Elmo costumes anywhere, at least not cheap ones. So I copped out and literally just found the first thing I saw. I got a Fred Flintstone robe. That was it. That is all I wore, just a stupid fucking robe. And I was like, oh, I'm Fred Flintstone. Like, it was trash. I felt so shitty.
Were you naked under that robe?
Will your opinion of me change depending on this answer?
Maybe.
I was not.
Dang it.
Nice try. What was your best and worst costume?
My best costumes have been recent. I put a lot of work into my Halloween costumes now.
I know.
Like, I would say my best one was the Majin Buu costume.
That was good.
Because I painted my whole body pink and I was like shirtless.
Yeah.
With like my huge stomach and shit.
You looked like, I bet a bunch of kids thought you were Kirby.
I had a bald cap on with the antenna and I painted it all pink. I went all out. It was fun.
Kids were like, stop, he's gonna eat us!
Yeah, I talked like him. I squinted my eyes.
What a man.
It was funny. I drew like the little holes on my arms with like permanent marker. The shitty thing is the next day I went into work, I was pink for the next 3 days. So I had to explain to everyone at work why I was pink.
You're like, oh no.
Yeah, basically, it was awkward.
Your Majin Buu was pretty badass. What would you say your worst one was, though?
There's been a few years where, like, when I was younger, my parents would just be like, oh, we just kind of grabbed this, maybe it could be this. And I was like, yeah, I guess, whatever. I didn't mind it at the time, but I didn't think anything of it. So it's not like I put a lot of effort into it. So I guess, like, my worst costume was either, like, there was a year where I was just, like, a generic vampire when I was, like, really little. And then there was, like, another year where I was just, like, a guy with a sword and a shield and, like, a chest armor. And that's about it.
It's like a knight.
Yeah, it's just, like...
Paladin or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it was, like, bad. I still had fun. It was just, like, there wasn't much effort put into the costume.
Dude, okay, real talk. I cannot eat after or during shopping for Halloween costumes. I don't know, but like something about like Halloween stores makes me lose my appetite.
I love Halloween stores. Dude,
I love Halloween
stores
too.
are the best place to be.
But like they make me lose my appetite because like all the fucking like latex masks. It's just like ugh, just fucking.
I love it, dude. I want to fucking like put all those on my head.
No, like I like Halloween stores, but I just like they make me lose my appetite for some reason. Like if I'm not eating, I'm fine.
What's like, okay, what's your favorite Halloween candy?
Chocolate Reese.
Oh.
That Reese cups, dude. Those are the best.
Dude, Reese cups on Halloween are the best.
Literally, like you're going through your pile of candy that you got in that one house, gave you full size candy bars. You get like a 2-3 pack of Reese cups. You're like, fuck yes.
Dude, for me though, okay. Everyone says I'm weird for this, but I love Reese cups. But I would say I like Milky Ways a little more. I love Milky Ways so much.
I wouldn't say that's weird. Milky Ways are good. I thought you were gonna say like you really like candy corn.
I love candy corn.
Candy corn's trash.
Dude, everyone hates candy corn. I don't get it.
For a fucking reason.
It's good.
Trash.
I like it. Dude.
Trash.
No, it's actually good. Okay, I can't eat a lot of it because then it starts to, like, the flavor starts to overpower my mouth. But, like...
Like Grippos.
Yeah, but, like a few candies, like a few candy corn pieces, that's good. I love it.
I don't like candy corn.
Dude, I could eat candy corn for a while.
Agree to disagree?
Yeah.
Understood. What's your...
Even though you're wrong, but...
Anyway.
Ow!
Don't talk back to me, you sick fuck.
Oh!
Happy Halloween. What would you say is your least favorite candy?
That's what I was gonna ask you a similar question. My least favorite candy?
Okay, more so like I'll phrase it like in Halloween, like what are you most disappointed at when you empty out your fucking pillowcase? Like what candy do you see?
I was gonna ask you what was the worst thing you got on Halloween. So,
okay, we can do that. We can do that.
Well, I guess, I mean, I haven't really gotten anything weird on Halloween. Well, okay, I technically did. So I have two answers. So my least favorite candy is I don't like Whoppers that much.
They're all right.
Yeah, I mean, I can eat them, but they're not my favorite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I usually end up giving those. And my sister hates Almond Joys, and she gives them to me. I love Almond Joys.
I don't like coconut.
I used to not, but I like it now.
Okay.
But the weirdest thing I ever got on Halloween was there was some dude, he opened the door and he was like, oh, I forgot it was Halloween. So he like poured he got like a cookie box and just like poured just open cookies into my bag.
What the fuck?
And my mom was like, don't eat those. There's probably like poison in them or something. So I was like, yeah, okay.
Dude, okay, so I got some weird shit. Like, there'd be those parents that like hand out like little toys and shit and whatnot.
Yeah. I used to appreciate that.
I have two answers. So one time I got like a bag of popcorn.
That's good though.
Okay. But it was like half the size of a normal bag of popcorn.
Okay.
So I got home and my dumbass put it in the microwave and just hit the popcorn setting. Well, that's for a bag twice its size. I fucking burnt the popcorn bag and I set my house's smoke alarms off. And my mom was like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Oh, I just got some popcorn." And she's like, "No, that's too small." And I take it out. It's just black. I'm like, my smoke alarms are going off. It smells like fucking burnt plastic and like popcorn.
That's your dumbass's fault. That's not the person's fault.
No, I know, but I was just like, I thought that was funny. But like the worst candy, like my least favorite candy to get, like I said, I don't like Almond Joys or Mounds, but the chocolate's good. It's those like knockoff Starbursts, like what are they, like Now and Laters or whatever?
I've never heard of that.
I think they're called like Now and Later or something like that, but like these flat, like hard knockoff Starbursts, and they're just like, yeah, they're called Now and Laters. The knockoff Starbursts, they're like purple, red, and green ones, dude. They're hard. They're just trash. I hate them.
I've never seen those before.
No, you're lucky. No.
I used to get the occasional Warhead.
Love Warheads.
And every time I saw that, I was like, my heart was like, doo-doo. I'm like, am I ready to take on this challenge?
Yeah.
Because, okay, I'm not a big sour fan. I barely eat sour things. I really don't like sour that much. So a Warhead is like intense to me because I'm not used to it. So I'm like, fuck. So I remember I saw this and I'm like, I remember the first time I ever saw Warhead, I was little. I was like, oh, okay, it's just a little sour. I put it in my mouth. I was like, I was speechless. I ran to the bathroom and fucking spit it out. I was like, what the fuck is this?
I never knew you didn't like sour shit that much.
I don't like sour stuff that much.
Did you and your sibling, me and my brother used to do this, we would put our candy into piles. Like, here'd be the Starburst pile, here'd be like the chocolate pile, here'd be like I'd sort them, and then we'd trade.
I would trade with my sister, but we would never mix our stuff together into piles.
We wouldn't mix our stuff together. Like, I'd have mine, he would have his.
Oh, see, it would just be more like, here, take this, I don't want it. And then she'd be like, here, take this, I don't want it, kind of thing. And then we would just trade.
Trick-or-treating was fun.
I used to love trick-or-treating.
Dude, Alex and I trick-or-treated. The last time we did it, we were 17.
Yeah. No, but it was so much fun.
Yeah.
So, you know what else is really spooky?
What, Olix?
Dreams.
About dreams. But you ever, like, wake up and you just feel like... You know that feeling after you have a really weird nightmare? And you're just, like, so glad that it's over?
Yes.
It's like... like...
It's weird how something can impact you that much, but then you can't remember it after, like, 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's fucking... Dude, I don't know what happened, but...
That's why I have a dream journal. And I write it down as soon as I wake up.
Yeah, because you forget a lot of your dreams. Like, the more your day goes on, the more you'll just forget about them. It just naturally happens.
Yeah.
I've journaled my dreams maybe once or twice, and looking at them, like, they just sound weirder and weirder as the day goes on. You know what I mean? Like, I'll look at them in the morning, I'll be like, yeah, that's totally what I dreamt about. And then, like, at night, I look at it, I'm like, alright, so an alien asked me for crackers and got mad at me when I gave him saltines. He wanted club. That's a dream I had the other day.
Yeah, my dreams are weird. Here, I'm going to read off some of the titles.
Okay. You title them?
Yeah. Ravid Hippo. Woman beating Fallout Hero. Jack gets banned.
Banned? Like B-A-N-D or B-A-N-N-E-D?
Banned. Like, you got banned from my house.
Oh, that's right. You told me about that.
Video games? IRL? Question mark?
That sounds like a Smosh title.
Surgery is fun. The Elephant House. Big black shits. That's one of my most infamous dreams.
Big black shits?
Yes.
Is that...
I had a dream that I went to stay at a vacation at this log cabin, and there was like this ghost there, and he was the black guy from Scrubs. he said, I'm big black shits, what you gonna do? And he was chasing me. And he like kept trying to get me to kill myself, but but it never worked.
He was like, damn. Dude, okay, I've definitely had some weird dreams, like the one I mentioned earlier. I had this dream recently where there was an alien in my bed, and he really wanted crackers. And I was like, all right. So
I thought you were just making that up.
No, this is a dream I had.
Okay.
And I gave him some like saltine crackers, and he got really upset. And he was like, I was like, what? And then I realized that he wanted the club crackers in the green box. So I got him those, and then he was happy. Which is kind of funny because like that's an ongoing argument I had with my brother when we were kids. Is he really likes saltines? And I was like, nah, dude, those are shit. Club are the best ones. So like this alien knew what was going on, you know?
Okay, yeah. So wait, so was he like the classic like gray alien or?
He was like those inflatables you see at state fairs, like the green ones with like the big black eyes.
Yeah, like the cartoon aliens.
Yeah, that's what he looked like. He wasn't like.
I wish it was fucking Melvin.
Yeah.
Oh, give me some crackers.
Give me some crackers.
That's not what he sounds like at all.
But that's a weird one I had recently. Okay. Nightmares can get pretty fucking weird though. While we were on the topic of that, like.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What would you say is like the worst nightmare you ever had, or just like scariest nightmare you ever had?
Well, that's a hard question to answer because I've had. If you would ask me at different ages and different stages in my life, I would have different answers for each one.
Yeah.
Like I've had dreams that have impacted me more, but now that I think about them, they're so stupid. But at the time when I was younger, they freaked me out more than like a scary dream now. But like I've had more messed up dreams now that I'm older, but they don't faze me as much. Like if I had that dream as a kid, I would probably like be messed up.
Yeah. What? So like, I guess what I'm getting at is just what scared you the most, regardless of if it's like when you're older or younger, just like at the time when you had it.
Okay, well, I'll say a few.
Okay.
Because I have regular dreams that freaked me out, and then I have like sleep paralysis moments that freaked me out.
Okay.
So, I guess the dream that comes to mind is I had a dream that it was through. Okay, not to go off topic, but have you ever had a dream where it's through the perspective of something else?
Okay, I don't think I've had a dream like that, but at the same time, in a lot of my dreams, it's not really like defined what the perspective is. It's more so just like either it's me or I'm just watching stuff happening without really thinking about that.
Yeah, well, see, it's like I have dreams through all different perspectives. Sometimes it's through my eyes. Sometimes I'm watching myself in third person just randomly, like a video game.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, sometimes I'll have dreams where it's like a set image and things happen on the image, and like I can't like move the camera, quote unquote. I guess you would call it I can't.
It's like a fixed image. It's like a fixed plane, and stuff is happening within it, but you can't like change the angle at which you're looking at.
Sometimes I have dreams where they're in the weird perspective of like an old like Windows 90 point and click game.
Yeah.
Which is the weirdest to me. Like I like
everything. Maniac Mansion.
No, more like the old Fallout games and stuff when you like talk to someone up close.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like
in Oblivion. When it goes, stop! You violated the law.
Imagine like that perspective, but it looks like an old, like really early 3D model PC game.
So like that spatula dream you had, is that one of them?
Yes. The spatula dream is a dream I had of a spatula screaming at me to like drum and bass music for 5 minutes.
Yeah, you can look this up on his YouTube channel. It's just this video of this spatula with eyes and hands in this like green plane, and the music is, and every now and again you just hear, or like it's just,
yeah,
it's a trip, dude.
I'll put the link in the description.
Yeah.
So but yeah, okay, back to the dream. Sorry about that.
Right, no, you're fine.
So, this dream I had was through the perspective of a camera, like a security camera in like a hospital. So it was like up on like the corner of a wall, like on the ceiling.
Okay, yeah.
And I was looking down in this like surgery room. And It was all dark except for like the light of like the surgery thing. And there was just a person sitting there in like a bed, like ready to be operated on, and they were conscious. And they were just like looking around. There was no one in there. And then it faded to black.
Okay.
And then it came back on, and the doctor was like going over notes with the patient, and he was just talking about it, blah blah blah.
Right.
And it faded out again. Came back in, and the doctor was now doing surgery, but he was standing in front of the body, so you couldn't see anything. So he was just like, casually, just like moving his hands like a surgeon would, like carefully and stuff.
Yeah.
Faded back out again. Get used to this. Fades back in. Now he's doing it a little bit more like fast, just a little bit.
Is this like a time lapse?
Kind of. It's
Okay.
like different. It's like whenever it fades to black, it like cuts out a little bit of the time.
Okay.
And he's like, he's like doing a little bit more fast, kind of like, oh shit, what's going on here? Then it fades back out, fades back in. Now he's like sweating and like frantically like like grabbing the tools and like doing all this shit. He's like, oh my god,
Shit.
and he's like sweating. He looks so nervous. Then it fades back black, fades back in one last time, and now the doctor's gone. And the patient is sitting on the bed, conscious again, screaming because his chest is open and he's deformed. Like the doctor messed up his face. He almost looks like. Do you remember the scene from Beetlejuice where they like stretched out their faces and stuff?
Yes.
He almost looks like that. And he's like screaming because of what the doctor did to him, and is just left there like opened up. And then he's just trying to get out of the bed, but he's still tied down from like the surgery thing. I don't know. And then there's just blood everywhere. And then it fades back out. Fades back in,
Okay.
and he's off the bed, and it's just an empty room. And I know that sounds really like a movie, but that's actually what I dreamt.
Interesting.
It sounds like one of those like scary internet videos you'd see. But like
That is, dude, for some reason when you said the fucking stretched out faces, that part used to scare me when I was little, but I'm thinking of like a plague doctor mask.
well, it wasn't like that. It was more just like there was like a bunch of like all these different parts of his face were like had like lumps and like stretches and stuff.
Yeah,
and his eyes
yeah.
were his eye sockets were like stretched, so like
Right.
you couldn't really tell where the eye was.
Right.
It was gross.
So that's what you'd say, like, the dream that scared you the most.
It's just the one that makes the more sense.
More sense, huh?
Yeah, it's just the one that makes the most sense. Because I've had dreams that aren't even scary, but I've been more scared of. And then after like 5 minutes of waking up, I'm like, why was I scared of that?
It's just an in-the-moment sort of thing. It's kind of hard to explain, but I get you. It's very circumstantial. Would you like to hear the weirdest nightmare I've ever had?
Yes.
So, this was my senior year of high school. So this is a few years ago. And I was in a relationship with a girl. Okay. I had this dream that we were together, like hanging out, whatever, and I don't hear from her for a little bit, which wasn't uncommon considering the fact that she didn't talk very much. But then it became like 1 week became like 2 weeks, and I was like, okay, like I kind of got worried, and I went to her house, and sure enough, she wasn't there, and I was like, what the fuck's going on? And then I found like some fucking sand. And I was like, and for some reason Dream Me knew. Dream Me was like, I know where she is. So I guess some fucking like terrorists kidnapped her.
You saw the sand on the ground and you were like, terrorists.
And my Dream Me was like, that's it. So I didn't go to any sort of like normal country. There was just like this fucking desert, and in my dream there was like a terrorist organization there. And so like I go there and I find her because I know where this is.
I'm still laughing about the terrorist
Yeah,
sand.
no, because and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And sure enough, there's this like building in the middle of the desert. Like there's the organization, but there's like also another building. So there's two buildings. I go to the building, and it's kind of lit up, like something's going on there, like maybe like a casino or something. And I walk in, and there's like a bouncer, but I think it's like early enough in the day that he doesn't like say anything to me. So like I drew a mustache on too, so that like he wouldn't say anything. So,
but like they wouldn't know who you are in the first place.
you know, it's whatever. Dude, it's Dream Me, you know? Dream Me knew to go to fucking sand desert in the middle of who knows where because quote-unquote terrorists kidnapped my girlfriend. I'm not smart sometimes, alright? So, I go in, and it's kind of dark, and I talk to some dude. So he's like a bigger dude, kind of like chubby, has like a mustache and a beard, maybe like middle-aged. He's like, you have to sit down and wait. They're about to start. I'm like, about to start what? And I hear somebody announcing like, and here come the prizes, and like there shines a light, and I see a runway, and I'm like, and they start like bidding, like shouting out prices, and you see these like girls that are just like in handcuffs and chains that are just like in bikinis, and I guess that's when I put it together. It was like human trafficking, and I was like, oh, and I was like, what the fuck is this? So then I like a few girls passed before my girlfriend came up, and I was like, that's her, and so I was like bidding, but there was like this other dude that was like bidding against me, and he like really wanted her, so we kept having to like bid higher and higher, and I don't remember what happened to him, but like I ended up winning. So I, like I said, couldn't tell you what happened to that guy. I guess he just died. So I win her, and I like take her out to my car, because I guess I had my fucking car, and she's just like screaming and crying, and I'm like, hey, and I like smear my mustache off, but it doesn't fucking work. So it's just, I'm like, just imagine like a mustache, and I smear my face, and then it's just a sweaty black blush. I'm like, it's me. And she's like, oh, Jack, oh my god, how did she?
I love how she didn't know who you were until you wiped off the mustache.
I didn't even wipe it off. In fact, it was like, it looked worse afterwards. And she's like crying and like hugging me, and she was like, the things they did to me, oh my god. And I was like, I was so pissed that I like went back in, and like, cause I got a gun somehow. I don't know where I got a gun from. And I literally just like shot like a bunch of people in there, and just came back out and drove home. And like, yeah, like obviously when I woke up like a day later, I was like, what the fuck? But
You're like, what the
when I was dreaming, I was just like, you know, when you're dreaming, everything makes fucking sense. So you're just like, yeah, I don't fucking know what that shit was.
Damn. Have you ever had sleep paralysis?
So I've had sleep paralysis, not recently, knock on wood, but when I have sleep paralysis, I don't dream. When I have sleep paralysis, I'm like, obviously I'm like awake. And some people say like they see things. I never see anything. I just like wake up after like a minute or so.
I've had it to where I'm like that.
Yeah.
But I've also had it to where I'm like in and out of sleep and I can't tell what's real.
I've had that before too, but not necessarily paralysis, just so like if I'm like super fucking tired, I will fall asleep, and then I won't fall asleep completely, and I'll wake back up, and I'll be like, I won't know what's going on, even though I'm like in my own room. I'm just like,
so recently I had this sleep paralysis event where I fell asleep on the couch in my room instead of my bed for some reason. Like this was real, obviously.
Yeah.
So I had a dream that I woke up in my friend's house, and I had sleep paralysis and I couldn't move. Mm-hmm. And they were trying to get me up. Like all my friends were shaking me and like, wake up, Alex, we need to go.
Yeah.
But I couldn't move, and I was trying to talk. I was like, because I had sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis talking is funny.
Yeah, and like I was actually trying to like wake up and I couldn't. So I like forced myself. I wake up upstairs in my like upstairs in my mom's living room. And all
is this still in the dream?
Yeah, and I still have sleep paralysis now. And I'm and like my sister's sitting next to me, and I'm like trying to get her to wake me up, but she's just like looking at me and laughing at me, and she like won't wake me, like she won't shake me awake, even though I was like trying to tell her to. Mm-hmm. And then like my dad walks by and says like, wake up, and I'm like and I'm like trying really hard to wake up.
I just like the idea that he like passes your like you're unconscious like mumbling about it, like wake up, and you're like he fucking knows what's going on, but he just looks at you, he's like, pathetic.
Exactly. No. So then I force myself awake again.
Yeah. And
now this time I'm on the same couch I fell asleep on, but my sister's playing Mario 2 on the NES, which I don't even have that game. And yeah, and I'm like I have sleep paralysis again. So I'm like and I'm like trying
you're like
and I'm like trying to get her to wake me up, but she just keeps looking at me. But then this is how I realized I was dreaming. I stared at her, and I realized her eyes were not normal.
Really?
Like I realized her eyes were like it was weird. Her eyes were like oval shaped, like almost like a special person's eyes. So like I realized like, oh shit, I'm still asleep. So then when I realized how her eyes looked, I shot up, and I remember I actually woke up in the place I went to sleep for like it was the actual morning. So I was like, oh god. So I ran upstairs, and I like went and I told my mom all about it. And all of a sudden I saw this little boy outside.
Oh yeah.
Outside the window where my mom was like working on her computer.
Oh, okay.
And all of a sudden he starts fucking banging his head against the glass. but it was weird. It was like the glass was like rubber, so every time he slammed his head against the glass, his head went inside the house like rubber. So like he did it a few times, and then when he brought his head in, I fucking smacked his head like.
Did he just like launch the other way?
No, he fell back and he looked really pissed off. So then he started screaming. So then I tried to open the door and I tried to open the window and yell at him to go away, but then I couldn't say what I was trying to say. I was like, again, and I was like, shit, I'm still asleep. So then I woke up for real, and I was like, holy fuck, that was like 50 times I just woke up.
Right.
That was crazy. Sleep paralysis is weird, man.
So, I guess now's the time I say I've never had a lucid dream, and I've also never had a dream where I realized I was dreaming.
Okay, that's weird because recently, I've never had it until recently. I've had it like 5 nights in a row this past week.
Yeah.
Where I've realized I was dreaming, and I was like, wait a second. I can do whatever I want, but the catch is, when I try to do whatever I want, the dream overpowers me and I can't do it all the way. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm dreaming, I'm gonna fly. So I start, I jump up really high, but then I fall back down, and I'm like, I keep jumping, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, I'm trying to fly, but I can't do it. It's weird. It's like my dreams overpower me or something.
Kicking you back into reality, you know?
Yeah, and then I forget that I'm dreaming again after a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's this weird, like, 5 minutes where I realize I'm dreaming, and then everything gets back to normal, and I keep dreaming. It's weird.
Yeah, dude.
Have you ever had a scary sleep paralysis situation?
I've had one. I was sleeping in my bed, and I was, like, flipped over, like, my stomach was touching my mattress, so, like, I don't know if would you call that sleeping on your stomach?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not sure. So, I woke up, like, with sleep paralysis. Like, I woke up, like, half awake, you know, as one does with sleep paralysis, and I'm, like, sitting there realizing, fuck. But my head was, like, in my pillow. Like, I was face down in my pillow, and I could barely breathe. Like, it hurt. Like, I couldn't breathe, essentially. And I also couldn't move. And I was just, like, freaking out because, like, it hurt to fucking breathe, but I also couldn't fucking move. So I'm just sitting there, like realizing, like, I'm either gonna wake up or I'm gonna fucking die. Because, like, it was that fucking serious. Like, my face was red. I was, like, straining my neck. It hurt. It was, God, fuck that. Like, it was so bad. It was so stressful.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was horrible. I hate it. I never sleep on my stomach again after that. Never slept on my stomach again.
Oh my god.
It was horrible.
I have this, like, reoccurring guy that comes in my dreams.
Num-nums.
Yeah, I call him Num-Nums. Because I don't know what else the fuck to call him. But he's not like a normal dude.
Yeah.
He's like... Okay, so I've had him in sleep paralysis and in regular dreams. It's weird. So he's like this, like, big 7 foot tall. Okay, he's on all fours and he's like 7 foot tall still.
Wow.
He's like this black creature with like these big long fingers. He's hunched over, has a really skinny waist.
Yeah.
His knees bend backwards, and he has like regular legs. But then
It's a clown.
he's all black except for his face, which looks like a Thomas the Train, like, clay face. It's like gray and round, but it's like this weird smiling detailed face. It's kind of creepy looking. Mm-hmm. And then on the top of his head he has like 3 like almost finger looking like appendages that go backwards and bent like fingers. And then he just giggles like and then he just always stares at me. Sometimes his face like imagine if you got like you know those toys where it's like all the like the little pegs and you put your face on it and it forms in?
Yeah.
He does that like through the other side of the wall, so like just his face like morphs into the wall and then he laughs at me. It's weird.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's weird. I've had
actually-
them for a while.
It's actually just me. So,
You're Num Nums?
yeah.
Dude, we actually have a special guest on the podcast today. It's Num Nums.
Hey guys, it's me. No, but I used to have night terrors a lot.
Me too, actually.
Mine would be... For me, it's hard to define what a night terror actually is. Because I feel like it differs per... You know what? Actually, no. Why don't I, look up the actual definition really fast?
Well, I always thought it was like you wake up screaming and you don't know why. And either you're aware or sometimes you're not aware and you just go back to sleep and you don't even know that you did it. Like you just wake up frantically screaming.
I mean, I feel like...
Because that's apparently what I used to do when I was really young. And my parents
Really?
would have to wake me up and I wouldn't even know that I was woken up screaming and I would just go back to sleep.
Okay, well, my phone is being silly as it has been the past few days. I don't know what the fuck its deal is. But, anywho. So what would happen for me would be I would wake up essentially half asleep and I would be in my room, but for some reason it would feel like I wasn't, and I kept switching in and out of reality. So I was like, I remember the first one I ever had. I was in my old room at my parents' house when I was little, and I got out of bed and it felt like there were a bunch of monsters in my room. Like, it felt like there was a Charizard at the seat of my bed, blowing fire at me. And it felt like there were a bunch of other monsters just around my room. And I stood up and I was sweating and I was freaking out.
So you were scared of Charizard when you were little?
Yeah, no, I wasn't. It was just circumstantial.
Yeah.
And then it took me a second to snap back into reality and realizing this isn't real. And I would just I've had that a lot where I will wake up not knowing where I am, thinking that there's some other being or something else is going on is in my room, and then it'll take me 15 to 20 minutes, a long time to be oh shit, that's not real. I can go back to bed. But even before I sleep, I have to do so much convincing. Is it actually good? Am I good? Am I good? And some people are oh, well, why don't you just realize that they're not real? It's well, sometimes you just can't. That's what happens when I wake up in the middle of the night. It's I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm literally going against my own brain, and it feels really weird.
Yeah, your brain just thinks that's real.
Yeah, it's hard to explain, but...
I mean, I don't think that's a night terror. I think that's more hallucinations and stuff.
Perhaps, but...
I'm pretty sure night terror is when you wake up screaming for no reason.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Sleep terrors are episodes of screaming, intense fear, and flailing while you're still asleep. Yes, I was right.
Often paired with sleepwalking.
I used to sleepwalk when I was a kid. I remember one time I walked into my sister's room and peed all over her bed when I was little.
Really?
Yeah. I just fucking opened the door and went and just started pissing all over her.
Did she wake up?
Yeah, she was screaming, but I didn't wake up.
What the fuck? He just when did you wake up?
I didn't. My parents just told me I did it the next day.
Your sister walks in covered in piss. She's Alex!
But
that was funny.
Going back a little bit to what I was saying earlier, I've always wanted to be able to record my dreams and watch them on a DVD or something.
Dude, that would creep me out.
But then I realized I knew I was dreaming by realizing that my sister's eyes didn't look right in that sleep paralysis thing. So dreams probably look fucking weird.
That's one of the things that I just said that would creep me out, but I don't know, something about some of the dreams I had, it's just I feel watching dreams, you would get a similar feeling to, when you'll watch some weird ass video that'll show up on a thread or 4chan or something, and it's really poor quality, and it's just really eerie, and you just don't I Feel Fantastic, that video, or
Yeah.
the one of the kids show, and then it's the dude without eyes screaming,
Yeah. Well, I feel it'd be scarier than that, because I feel it's just it looks real to you while you're dreaming, but I wonder people probably look all weird and warped and not like themselves, and they probably have like stretched faces and shit and like look
Yeah.
scary as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe dreams just come in like the form of pictures or something, but they just seem real to you. I don't know. Like, who knows?
I read this thing the other day that said like the average dream only lasts 3 to 4 seconds.
Yeah, but it seems like a whole story to you.
Yeah. When I really want something, I'll have multiple dreams that I get it until I get it.
What do you mean?
So for instance, say I was a little kid that wanted like the new DS or something. Okay. Not that DSs are for little kids, but just because it's like I wasn't an adult and I couldn't just buy it on my own.
Yeah.
A lot of my dreams would like focus on like me getting that new DS, and I would wake up really frustrated. Like a lot of my dreams, like whether it be like sought out things, like people I want to talk to again or reconnect with, a lot of my dreams are like things getting resolved that bother me. Like I've lost connection with a friend. I want something. I am like doing homework that I need to do, something like that. It's just I've realized that.
Yeah, I mean, I've never had a dream. I don't think I've had many dreams about that. That's interesting, though. But imagine watching that on a DVD. How scary do you think you would look?
Fucking weird, dude. I have a lot of dreams about reconnecting with a certain ex-girlfriend of mine. And it's like one in particular, which is weird because like I've been over her for the longest time. You know, it's been years. But then like I'll have a dream that like we reconnect and then I'll wake up and it didn't happen and I just feel like weird the rest of the day. I don't really understand it, you know?
That's weird.
Like I never think about her. I mean, like every once in a while I'll have a dream that I reconnect with her and I'm just like, what the fuck?
Psychology class with Olex and Juke.
Essentially.
So, what do these dreams entail?
I feel like anybody would listen and be like, oh my god, you still like her? Which like, no.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. That's just weird. I mean, sometimes you just dream about things you don't even, like I've had dreams where I've, like, I'll just, like, start talking and become, like, best friends with some random person from, like, my old school. Like, my old elementary school.
Yeah.
That I've never talked to in my life. I've just seen their face, and it's weird.
Yeah.
It's, like, weird stuff like that, you know?
I feel like dream me and actual me are two different people.
Well, dream me is retarded and just goes along with everything. I feel like dream me...
Normal you isn't?
Okay, normal me is like stupid, but then dream me is like Coraline stupid, where you just go along with everything and then you die because you're dumb.
I'll follow the people with the button eyes. That's a good idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I feel like normal me is like I get anxious like a decent amount and I'll like worry about things more than I need to. But, like dream me is like constantly like in a corner like like freaking out about shit. I'm like, dude, chill.
Well, dream you is always affected more because you think it's real. Because when you're dreaming, you don't know it's a dream usually.
Yeah, and all the time that's usually the case with me. Because like I said, I've never had a dream where I've like been aware I was dreaming.
Yeah.
At least not to my knowledge.
Dreams are weird, man.
I agree. You know what else is kind of weird?
The internet?
Yeah.
With some weird dark web videos?
There's some weird dark web videos, but honestly, there's some weird shit you can find on like the normal web.
Yeah, that's true. Like, you can just Google, like, one guy, one ice pick, or two guys, one ice pick, or whatever it's called.
What is that?
It's the video of the guy cutting someone up with an ice pick and then fucking his hand. Like, that decapitated hand.
What? Are you kidding?
It's really disgusting. I hate it. I don't ever want to watch it again.
Why would you watch it?
Because I was curious.
Oh my god.
What do you mean? If you hear that, you're like, wait, this isn't real. So you look it up.
What the fuck is...
Yeah, it's gross.
No, I don't...
It's gross.
No, I don't want to... Was the guy already dead?
No. He kills him first with the ice pick by stabbing him in the stomach.
What's the guy doing in this video? Is he like trying to fight back?
No, he's just like tied up. He's not screaming or anything.
Yikes. There's a lot of those fucking weird videos. Like, I feel like it's like 2 blank, 1 blank, or like number blank, number blank. Those are always the weirdest videos. Like 2 girls, 1 cup. Don't fuck that video. I couldn't eat anything brown for like 2 weeks. It was disgusting.
That's hilarious. I remember the first time I saw that, my little friend showed me.
It was fucking gross.
Like, we were both little at the time, and he was like, haha, watch this. And I was like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
It is disgusting. It is literally shit in a cup, and they eat it.
Yeah. One guy, one sandbox.
It's two kids, one sandbox.
2 kids, one sandbox, which
And
makes no sense.
It's some girl shoving like a dildo in a dude's urethra.
What's the one guy, one jar?
One guy, one jar is
The
like...
video where he shows a jar up his ass and it breaks.
Okay, so there's this dude. And all you see is like his ass and a jar and like his feet. Because it's like he's squatting and it's just the camera's like on the ground. And he's like slowly sitting on this like jar, but you wonder how it is fitting in his asshole. Now, mind you, you hear chatter from like downstairs. It sounds as if like he has family over or something or friends and they're all talking. So just like a normal day for this fucking dude, he just decides to go upstairs and shove a jar in his ass. Well, at one point he like puts too much pressure on it, I suppose, and the jar, like, whilst being 70% in his fucking ass, just breaks, shatters.
Yeah.
And the rest of the video is just his ass bleeding and him picking glass out of his asshole. It's really cool.
It's really fun.
It's a great time. Go watch it. Tell them Jack and Alex sent you. Like, comment, and subscribe.
There's some weird videos on the internet, and it's like you wonder, like, why would people upload this? Like if I was trying to film like quote unquote like a hot video of me, let's say I was crazy enough to think shoving a jar up my ass was hot, right?
Okay.
But then it broke and it cracked my ass and I started bleeding everywhere. Why would I upload that video? Like why did he upload that?
Dude,
he's like, oh, this is funny.
I feel like he uploaded it for one of two reasons. A, he's like, well, I already fucking went through all this, might as well. Or no, 3 reasons. B, he planned on it.
Maybe.
Or C, he's like, maybe gets like a sick kick out of it, you know?
Maybe.
But just look up porn, dude. Like, fuck.
Speaking of porn.
Speaking of porn.
What is your favorite porn category?
It varies.
It varies?
I can tell you which categories I don't like.
What's your least favorite porn category?
Like ball stomping, probably.
Oh, like all like the violent stuff, like people getting their dicks cut off.
Yeah,
And stuff?
I'm not into that. Like,
Well, that's not like a regular porn category.
Okay, alright,
you have to
alright.
like look that up
Alright.
specifically. Like when you go on like Pornhub.com, what's like the category you go to?
okay, so there's like a few I rotate between. There is doggy style,
Okay.
anal,
Okay.
like face fucking blowjobs, like the tense ones.
Okay. Like where
And-
she's fucking like
Yeah. And lesbian.
lesbians.
It's like those 4 that I usually stay within.
I used to be into lesbians, but I can't do it anymore. Just because like
There's no action.
yeah.
Like nothing.
Like I have
nothing
to put
against
myself in the guy's shoes. You know
like
what I
nothing
mean?
against lesbians, but it's like a lot of times when you're watching porn, like Alex said, you kind of got to put yourself in the guy's shoes. Like I mean, maybe you can just like finger your asshole or something. like what fun is that? You know?
Yeah.
You don't even come, and you're just left with a poopy finger. What do you like?
I like.
You're probably into like that wild and crazy shit where they eat like cereal out of their asses.
I saw a video of that.
Yeah, when she like farts and you hear the bubbles going,
Yeah.
and she's like,
It's so disgusting.
It's
she's
fucking-
eating cereal. She's eating Cheerio. Oh no, wait.
Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops out of the girl's asshole.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of like, okay, like,
It's so funny.
so like, warning, this is about to be gross what I'm about to say. Just anyone out there, maybe skip ahead like 10 seconds. But like, what if, like, I just can't help thinking, like, what if there's chunks of poop floating around in there? With the cereal.
There probably is, dude.
What if she eats, like, what if she just, like, scrapes off a chunk of shit and eats it? Like, isn't that fucking disgusting? Like, that's so gross.
Yeah.
And they're just both going, like, like, what if the fucking milk turns brown?
It would be chocolate milk, dude.
Yikes.
I guess my favorite would be like, I don't know. I don't really like look up categories. I just kind of like scroll through and see what I like.
Dude, on Pornhub, like, the first page is, like, good, and then, like, the second page is alright, and then after that, it's just, like, shit.
Yeah, it's always like...
It's like, if you haven't found something by now, like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. I like thick, kind of like, not like BBW, but like, you know, just like a little thicker girls, I guess.
Big, beautiful Wanda.
Oh, Cosmo. I guess, and then I usually like, maybe like...
Curvier chicks, thicker chicks.
Yeah, and I don't like model-looking girls.
No, it seems fake at that point.
I like them when they just look like a cute, like, normal person.
I'll tell you what, I don't like skinny chicks.
I don't like those either.
Yeah, those.
Yeah. We're cutting that out. Anyway.
All right. Yeah, but nothing wrong with skinny girls. It's just not my type, and I take it it's not yours either.
Because people usually say thick when it's just like she's really curvy, but I like it when they're actually like a little thick, like when they got a little bit of chub on them. Like, that's nice. Like I'm not, like, when I say a little bit of chub, I'm not saying it's like they have like a double chin and shit. I'm just saying like they're just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're just wider, but like in a good way. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, I'm not picking up what you're putting down, because like, I think thick in the sense that like booty's pretty big without being too chunky. It's cool. It's pretty cool. But I know everybody has a different type. I know my roommate's really into like little petite thin girls. So yeah, if you're a petite thin girl, let me know. I'll hook you up with my roommate.
But anyway.
But yeah.
I guess I wouldn't say I have a category.
What?
Even though I know that's like a cop-out answer, I guess, but...
What do you find yourself watching most often? Is there something that you tend to gravitate towards?
POV. I don't like seeing the dude's body or face. It's always a POV video.
Dude, that's the fucking worst, is when you're watching like some porn and then like zooming on the guy's ass.
Yeah. Like, I don't like other perspectives.
Or when he moves, he goes, oh!
Yeah,
you're just like, stop.
Okay, it has to be the guy makes no voice, he doesn't talk, he doesn't make any sounds. He doesn't do anything. And then it has to be a POV shot. That's the only way I can watch it.
Okay. You're very specific, actually.
Just like a POV where the guy doesn't make sound. There's a lot of videos like that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
Fuck up. Oh no, he's hot, or whatever it is.
Oh no, he's hot!
Dude, what's the weirdest porn you've ever seen? Whether it be real life or like Rule 34 shit.
2 lesbians get a grandpa midget surprise.
Is that the one we watched on Christmas?
Yes. With like 50 people I've never seen before.
Oh my god. So Alex was having this Halloween party. And
It was a Christmas party.
Did I just okay. Alex was having a Christmas
Even
party.
though this is our Halloween podcast.
Yeah, happy Halloween, fuckers. Anyways, so Alex was having a not Halloween Christmas party, and a bunch of people came over, and I forget what I said, but I like asked somebody, like,
No, I said, who wants to watch Home Alone?
And
you
nobody
said,
raised their hand.
Yeah, no one raised their hand. And then you said,
who wants to watch midget grandma porn? And everybody's like, yeah!
So I looked up midget grandpa porn, and then that video came up with these 2 girls kissing, and then an actual real-life alien comes out from under the covers going, and it's disgusting.
Sounds like Bubsy when he dies. He goes,
Yeah, that's exactly how he was over here like, and the best part is that he had the alfalfa hair where it was just like pointing straight up.
I think is that what he used?
Yeah.
He went,
Prepare, ladies.
he just went.
He didn't talk at all. He just went like,
But yeah, so as far as porn goes, I'd say there's like a lot of weird shit out there. If I had to say like the weirdest porn I saw, it would definitely be, I mean, maybe I could say like Family Guy shit. You see that all the time.
like the cartoon stuff.
Yeah.
See, at this point, like, it's not my taste, but there's so much of it that, like, it doesn't bother me, really.
It's just, yeah.
It's just not my thing.
I just hate anything to do with, like, shit. Like, that's, like, a kink of some people. It just disgusts me. Or, like, throw up or, like, piss.
I would say that's because we're generally normal people.
Yeah, for the most part. Alrighty.
We're not those freaks. So the weirdest porn you've seen was shit. What was it? 2 girls, 1 cup?
No, it was this porn of this girl. This guy and this girl were like 60, 90, and he had a big fucking mustache. And he was like, And they're just 69ing, and he was like eating her ass, and then she just decided to shit in his mouth, and it was like coming out into his mouth like out of an ice cream cone dispenser, like an ice cream. So it was like whoosh, like swirling into his ass, and he was just going like, and then like eating it like ice cream, and then like it was getting in his mustache and everything too. I wanted to fucking puke. Just thinking about it makes me want to puke.
So it was all in his mustache?
It was like it was like going into his mouth and his mouth. Imagine.
A milk mustache? A chocolate milk mustache?
Yeah, imagine somebody standing under like an ice cream dispenser and just like it's all going into their mouth.
That's gross.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Anyways, speaking of that, thanks for coming to our Halloween podcast. I think Alex and I are going to go get some poopy Taco Bell because we're feeling it.
Yeah, after talking about shit, now I want to eat some Taco Bell.
Happy Halloween, fuckers.
Just press stop.